Hi, it's Alex from Tutoring Heroes again, and today I'm going to be helping you with some literacy skills. Why don't we go see what we're doing today?
In this lesson, we're going to look at different sentence types. Our checklist says that using different sentence types can engage a reader. A simple sentence has one independent clause. A compound sentence has two independent clauses. A complex sentence has one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. And a compund-complex sentence has more than one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. This can all sound a little bit confusing, but hopefully this lesson will make it a little bit more clearer. So let's start with a simple sentence. A simple sentence has one independent clause. It needs to have a subject and a verb, and it might have a little bit of extra information, but these are the two main things that are key for a simple sentence. So for example, the caterpillar crawled along the spine. The caterpillar is the subject and is at the start of the sentence. The verb is crawled, and it tells me what the caterpillar did. I just added a little bit extra to say where that happened. If we look at a compound sentence, I'm going to have two independent clauses. That means that these two parts of the sentence could be two sentences on their own. For example, the caterpillar crawled along the spine, full stop. It did not find any food, full stop, would be two sentences because I have the subject and the verb. In that second sentence, it would be the subject and find would be the verb. But I can put these two sentences together using a semicolon, or I can use a coordinating conjunction. That just means using a conjunction that's going to hold these two sentences together. Now these are sometimes called fanboys, which helps you to remember these different words that you could use in the middle of the two sentences. So for example, the caterpillar crawled along the spine, but it did not find any food. You need to use a comma to put in these coordinating conjunctions, and you can see in this picture here there's lots of different ones. Fan, boys stands for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. With a complex sentence, you're going to have an independent clause, so that means a sentence that could be on its own, and one or more dependent clauses. That means an extra bit of information that could not be on its own. So my independent clause is the same. The caterpillar crawled along the spine. It's a sentence that is a simple sentence and could be on its own. I'm going to add this dependent clause, to find food. I haven't got a subject in that clause, so it's not a sentence. It's just a clause, to find food. I need to add it on by using another conjunction. It's a different type of conjunction this time. The caterpillar crawled along the spine in order to find food. This was a subordinating conjunction. That's where you put an independent clause. It could be completely a sentence on its own, and you add another clause on. So you rely on this conjunction to glue your sentence together. Here is another example using because. The caterpillar crawled along the spine because it needed to find food. With a subordinating conjunction, when you're putting an independent clause and a dependent clause together, you don't need to use a comma. And the last one, which is a little bit tricky, is a compound-complex sentence. So you're going to have an independent clause. So the caterpillar is ready to make its cocoon. It's a sentence all by itself. Then I'm going to have another independent clause. But first, the caterpillar crawled along the spine. The caterpillar crawled along the spine is another independent clause. And I'm going to have at least one dependent clause, to find food. So I've had to use a coordinating conjunction and a subordinating conjunction. So my coordinating conjunction is but first. It connects those two independent sentences together. The caterpillar was ready to make its cocoon, but first the caterpillar crawled along the spine. I've added another bit on the end, so I need a subordinating conjunction to help add it on in order to find food. Don't worry too much if you don't understand the words coordinating conjunction, subordinating conjunction. As long as you remember, fanboys are the ones that help to connect two independent clauses, two independent sentences together. And then the other conjunctions are the ones that help to connect a independent clause and a dependent clause together. That should help you with your writing. Remember, go back and rewind this video and have a look at all the different examples to help you along your way.
Thanks for watching this video today, brought to you by Tutoring Heroes.